Okay, I think we have enough to start, so we're going to call the meeting to order. And the first item up is approval of the agenda. Are we good with it as it is?
Move approval, Mr. Chair.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Okay, we're going to go with the agenda we have. Approval of board minutes, and those of you that have a working computer will see 3 sets, and hopefully you've had time to look over them. What's your pleasure?
So move, Mr. Chair.
Okay, we got a motion and a second on the board minutes. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Got those handled. And that's going to carry us to a curriculum update, and hopefully somebody can follow along. And I believe that would be, I'm going to guess, Andrea. Okay. And I see one attachment. I'm assuming you want us to open that one attachment?
Yes, there is one attachment,
Okay.
and we're going to split up. We're dividing and conquering tonight.
Okay.
Just wanted to give you a few updates in instructional services area, and we're going to start out with Virtual Academy. We have a meeting planned with homeschool parents on May 22nd, and that will be held in the boardroom here at 6 o'clock that night. And what we're going to try to do that night is provide those parents with some options for high school online course enrollment through the Virtual Academy. And we'll also discuss various questions with them or concerns that they may have, and try to answer those as well as accommodate them for what they may need. Those courses will be a combination of those courses will be taught by a combination of our teachers as well as through North Carolina Virtual Public School, School of Math and Science, and through some courses that were created in the TIP group that we're in, and that is also North Carolina teachers who are creating that content. And we would also like to invite those homeschool parents out to come and talk with us and learn more about our virtual academy and how we can accommodate their needs. The other topic that I have up there is for summer camp, and I've listed the dates there, June 19th through July 20th. It's going to run Monday through Thursday at 3 locations. That'll be Snowden, Northeast, and John Small, and that will be for 1st, 2nd, and 3rd grade students. And those are those students who do not show reading proficiency by the end of the school year. And then I'd like to turn it over to Paul for some instructional technology updates, and then turn it over to Ashley for some college updates. Okay?
Andrea,
Yes.
how's the information getting out to the homeschool parents about the about this meeting?
We're going to send a postcard out,
Okay.
and then we're going to also put it in the newspaper and on Facebook and Twitter.
Okay.
And we have the addresses of the homeschool families, so we'll be able to reach them directly.
Okay.
Okay. Any other questions? Okay.
Hello, everyone.
Hey, Paul.
As we know, instructional technology is showing teachers exactly how to blend their content with current and relevant technology. The goal of this is to enhance their instruction in an ever-growing population that we have of what we call young digital natives. I have a 25-year-old, a 16-year-old, and a 10-year-old. When my 25-year-old was born, there was no such thing as Yahoo, Amazon.com, Google, or YouTube. By the time my 16-year-old was born, YouTube had emerged, and Amazon, but it was just about a online bookstore, if y'all remember that. And by the time my 4th grader, which is 10-year-old, was born, Yahoo was declining. Actually, Amazon had become a blockbuster, and I'm sure everybody here has the Amazon account, okay? If not Amazon Prime. Netflix had appeared, and people said that Netflix streaming was not a model that can even would ever work. And Google appeared, and lastly, just 12 years ago, YouTube appeared. What changed all this was this guy, putting a computer in everybody's hand, changed the whole thing. And will the teacher that's teaching my current 11th grader be ready when my 4th grader gets there to be where she's going to be in technology? So that's why we have a need for a concise, powerful, growing technology program that needs to be that needs to grow every day. It's certainly true that if we are not moving forward in education and technology, we're actually moving backward with our children every day. I would like to show you my face-to-face training site that I use when I visit schools to do my instructional training for technology. That allows teachers, and I'd like to also introduce something that I've tried working on that's allowing teachers to choose their own professional development at home on their own time and keeping them in the classroom. That would be my, and it's all got an eye towards earning the technology continuing education credits that they're required for licensure. And that currently is 10 contact hours that they have to have. So first I'd like to show you my website here that I use, just a brief overview of it. Does this thing come on? Did it come on? I can't see it. There it is.
It's slow like us.
And I'd certainly like to thank Mark for the projector. It's a much better projector than we used to have. Check it out, the Tech Center. Is it on? It's coming. Well, anyway, what I use this site for, it's a reference for teachers to have when I do go out to their schools. And as I tell them, as long as there is a cloud, it will be up. And if there's not a cloud, that's the end of the world, and we don't really need to worry about going to a website at that point, because that's where all our financial information is taken. So here is the instructional website, and common areas that we all need to get to is here, just like on our website. I also have the school visits at each time I visited the schools, the courses and things that we did, such discipline is on copyright infringement and how we should be aware of intellectual rights of other people when we're posting things and using things in our classrooms. But they're all here with that, and when I presented at NC Ties for the state, we did a Google virtual reality classroom in which teachers can take students to places like Stonehenge or London or Mount Everest without leaving the classroom in a virtual environment. Here's where currently the courses I'm currently doing in schools today this year, my Canvas knowledge base here that we've got for our Canvas learning system. And also I do a training once a month with instructional technology leaders. Those leaders are in each school. They're the media coordinators that help and assist with instructional technology, because I can't be in all places at one time. So they kind of do training once a month and then kind of disseminate that at their staff meetings. So now I'd like to show you what I'm currently working on towards the choice part of instructional technology. It's a way that I try to use. I'm trying to think about using to maximize teachers' time in the classroom while finding an economic way to deliver training to each teacher, because everything changes with the current educational technology. It also takes into consideration that it's very problematic for me to be in school every time I need to be in school, so they can choose their technology. Using our Canvas learning management system, I've developed an interactive website that so teachers can choose what technology that they want. And how this works is we're going through our website, which is Beaufort County website, which is here, and all of where they take roll and do all their grades is inside the NC Ed cloud. And then our Canvas instance is nestled right here inside the NC Ed cloud, where they do their grades here in the roll. So it's always there for them. And they simply click on that, and it goes to the instructional technology course that I have here. And in this course, on the landing page, other than telling you just general information about the course, it gives you it gives a link back to that website that I just showed you, and it also gives them a choice of CEUs that they can earn online and digital badging with Credly badging service that we have in a partnership with. So they would choose what they wanted to do. Say they wanted to do become a Twitter expert in 20 days. They would choose that. They would go through, read the challenge that they have. They would follow the instructions on how to post something each day and mark it so I can see it with a hashtag. And once they got through, they would go into, oops, I'm in the wrong one. Let me go back. They would go into a form that would allow them to ask for technology credit. And once they got to that technology credit, they would be issued a badge for whatever they got for micro-credentialing. At that point, I would issue a report to Ms. Apple and Human Resources, and which would generate a CEU report, and they would get credit for their licensure. So it's a paperless way to be able to obtain CEUs. So methods like this help me explore how to incorporate online components with the already successful face-to-face program that we have. And my hope is to give teachers the best of both worlds. They can have face-to-face instruction, they can choose their online instruction, and this hopefully will create a flexible and effective blending environment for the teachers, because I know they're busy and they got busy lives, and I want to keep them in the classroom as much as we can. That's the instruction. Any questions?
Sounds like a good plan to me.
Thank you.
Any questions for Paul?
No, we thank you. Thank you.
Appreciate it, Paul. I think we're heading in the right direction.
Thank you, sir. Does anyone need this?
And we're also excited, and If you saw on Paul's screen, there's also NCAT up there, which is content-specific credit the teachers can get for anything else that they want to do. Literacy credit, we're also doing some other pieces for content-specific and literacy credit that they can do online too. So we're really excited.
Well, on that
Trying to
site,
meet
like she
the-
said, there's NCCAT's, all their online courses are available through my website. And also all of Apple's educational sources. are
And we
online,
went
so-
through and vetted those to make sure that they fit our needs here, so we were very excited. So if you go back to the document that Andrea used earlier, we're on page 2. So just to kind of give you another idea of what we're doing and how we're doing with our high school, what we are excited about is not just our high school graduation rate, but what we are seeing is when our kids actually are graduating from high school, we also look at it backwards. Are they where they need to be college and career ready? We don't just want a degree, we just want something to show that we as Beaufort County Schools, our seal really means college and career ready. So just so when you go out and talk about it, that's what's exciting about the next few pieces is we are. So this is something we show you every year, and it just keeps getting better. The first page, I think it's page 2, are our credentials. And as you notice, those numbers keep getting larger and larger, and those credentials have to be a silver or higher. In Wendy Petaway had another group meeting as a representative of Beaufort County Schools. That's why she's not here for this piece. But if you notice, we are 77% proficient with our credentials, and we have 117 in the career readiness certificate, which is that that silver, gold, and platinum, where they can go to an employer, graduate, and get a job above minimum wage at most of our local employers. So that's very exciting. Also, if you look at the other credentials, we had our kids attempted 952 credentials and attained 839, which is 88% proficient. And those are exciting. Like, for example, in Microsoft Office and Microsoft PowerPoint, we had 94 kids and 96 kids get credentials for those. And again, so if they want to go out in the workforce, they can show that, and your employer knows, hey, this is somebody I can use right off the bat. So we're really excited about that. And what we're seeing, some kids are going straight to the workforce, or some people are using that workforce money to pay for their college. So again, we're thrilled with that. And then if you look at page 3, what you're going to see here, this is the updated with what our kids were scheduled to take our college courses. This year, we had a total of 540 courses that our kids signed up for. This is before summer school. And we do have a lot of kids registering for summer school. And of course, we'll send you those numbers when we get them. There's a slight drop 2016-17, but that's because we were just using community college. Before that, we were able to use UNCG and ECU, but we lost IRIS. That's why that slight drop. But again, those are 540 courses with college credit. And if you look down below, that's bankable money that we can say to our parents that we have saved them. And that's at a community college, $228 an hour, and that's not even the textbooks that we pay for. So that's just huge bankable income.
That's pretty good.
And we're also, the words we're getting from the community college is what's so great, and I know you've seen that graph, so I didn't want to add that here, but that our kids are not needing the remediation class. That number's dropping. So again, our kids are going in and they're ready. So we're tickled. Below that is AP courses. We have 219 kids this year taking AP courses. That's huge. If they get a 3, 4, or 5, their college could accept it. And those courses, those tests began today. We had some this morning and some this afternoon. And this afternoon it was like AP Art, History. So we're doing those in a wide variety, face-to-face, online, school science and math. Anyway, good rigor, just wanted to show you that. And the other thing, which is in SAS, which I didn't know if this is called specialized course enrollment. And what we have is, if you look at on page 4, Beaufort County Schools in the state, the all is 100%. And what that means is 100% of the kids when they graduated in 2015, they don't have last year's 2016 data. 100% of the kids who graduated had a specialized course. And what that means is they worked with their parents and their counselors to take a course either of significant rigor or career readiness. So they either took, 100% of our kids either took an AP course, a community college course, or a CTE course. So every kid that graduated last year had either a college or career readiness course. So we're excited about that too. I think that means I'm done.
You're good. Keep on. I don't know what it means.
And so what you see is that breakdown there. AP's a little below the state average, but I know our schools that's increasing too. But if you look at our CTE is above the state average, and our college, the amount of kids taking college courses for Beaufort County is 22% of our kids are taking a college course before they graduate. At the state average was only 6%. So again, we're very excited about, we look at our school as a 13-year program or 14-year program, and we're excited about where they leave us. So any questions?
Any questions for Ashley? I guess you're lucky. No questions.
I'll
But
take
we
questions.
appreciate what you're telling us.
All right, thank you.
We have a good number of things that we're working on right now and trying to make sure that we're getting ready for the next school year as well. Another one of those would be MTSS, our multi-tiered systems of support, and partnering that with our PBIS program that we have, and making sure that all our schools are using PBIS next year, and we are implementing MTSS at all our schools next year. With that being said, MTSS Step 1 is core content. And we're looking at that really hard, revising core content. We're making textbook purchases for the things that we need district-wide, and we're moving to a iReady diagnostic for our universal screener for reading and math. So those are just a few things that we're working on right now. Any questions?
And that's probably just a few things.
That's a few things we're working on.
Any questions for Andrea or any of them? We know you have a full load.
Thank you.
So it's appreciated.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. That's going to carry us into our action portion, and I believe we have an auditor contract. And Mr. Willie Mack?
Yes,
Caroline.
sir. You all, I believe, were included in your packets the proposal for the 2017 audit contract.
I don't see it.
This year's contract, the base increased $1,250. The base contract is for $38,750. Last year's base contract rate was $37,500. We had some additional costs with the transition in personnel as well as the conversion software. Those costs won't be realized, but there are additional fee structures built into the contract. So the base is the $38,750, but there are fees for verifying federal awards, verifying the state retirement plan, as well as the travel costs associated with the auditors.
What do we usually end up with about? Just a wild guess.
Last year it was $61,074.26. It should be somewhere around $55,000 to $56,000. The retirement verification was $12,000. The federal awards were $1,000 on top of it, and the travel was about $4,800.
Who's the lucky firm and where they located?
It's Dixon Hughes and
The same one we've been using.
Same one.
Pinehurst. And I would recommend, being that we did have the conversion, we had some issues with the conversion, that we do keep them through this audit.
Is this for the next school calendar?
This is the year that we're currently in.
That's
Sorry.
what the increase.
This is for the
was.
current year that we're
That
in,
we're
the
in.
2017 audit.
And they do the audit at the end that we always get our report on. I don't think we've got a lot of choice really, so.
Move
Y'all
approved,
have a
Mr. Chair.
choice.
Second.
That's what I wanted to hear. Any last questions for Willie Mack on this? If not, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Anybody opposed? Thank you, sir. Now we're down to Mr. Mark. I believe we have a technology, some contracts to look at, or a contract to look at. Or amendment to a contract.
Good afternoon. Back in 2014, the board approved our wide area network contract. And once again, what a wide area network does is allows us to connect all our schools and this site to the technology building, which then allows all the facilities to go out on the internet. So what Paul showed you was because of the wide area network, and your board docs are available because of the wide area network. In 2014, we signed for a 3-year contract. That contract had 3 one-year annual renewal provisions in it. At this point, I would like to ask the board if we could go ahead and do the first annual renewal provision for that contract, extending the contract through June 30th, 2018. Of course, the cost is the same, which would be approximately $199,713 per year. As I always say, this is an E-rate eligible product. This year, it's going to be at a 90% reduced rate if we get E-rate for it. It's never guaranteed. So this is something that always needs to be fully funded, because if we don't get E-rate for some reason, we can't just cut it off, just like we can't cut off the electricity.
Still got to have it.
Yes, sir. And then the other 10%, the state picks up through PRC 73, and we use that for funding for other technology items. And so what I'm asking the board is for action to approve this contract, and then I can go ahead and get the E-rate paperwork filed for the next year.
Okay. And this will carry us through 2018?
2018, June 30th, 2018, yes, sir.
Exactly. Any questions for Mark about this?
What was the cost for the last year?
Same as this.
And what does it fully cover?
Covers 14 all our sites, and it covers all the sites with the connectivity that connects them to the technology services building.
And they support?
Yes.
Somebody support?
Yes, this is a lease service.
Okay.
So what we do is if they have a knock and they monitor our circuits, and if we have an issue, we call them and they come down and they get it repaired and so on and so forth. And so yes, sir, everything is self-contained. There's no additional cost with repair or anything like that. This is all a lease circuit that is a service that we are leasing.
Okay.
If we didn't approve it, we'd have to go start all over.
Well, if we didn't approve it, we would not have a contract starting July 1st, which means at that point the service provider could do one or two or three things. They could raise the cost on us, they could discontinue the service, or they could leave the service in place as is. But if I don't have a signed contract, I can't file for E-rate.
In other words, we go back to the days before Yahoo, like Paul said.
That's right.
Well, do they own the hardware, or do we own this hardware?
We don't own anything. We're not allowed by E-rate rules to own. It's a lease
Okay,
service.
All right.
We do own a lot of our own hardware, but the demarcation point, they own everything from that point on.
I mean, I'm sorry if I'm asking
No,
you
no, no,
questions
no, no, this is perfectly fine.
that
That's
maybe
fine.
the rest of the board knows.
No.
I don't know anything about it, and I have an IT background, so
Right.
this interests me quite
Right,
a bit.
I understand. And we always evaluate this. We're re-evaluating where we are with our wide area network. We have tools in place where we monitor our bandwidth. So we're always trying to get the best bang for the buck. We don't want to just pay for capacity we don't need.
Right.
So we're always looking at that, and we're analyzing it right now. We think we're in a pretty good spot based upon what other school districts in the region are paying for their service.
So this is renewal, the first year renewal of a 3-year.
So we originally signed a 3-year contract in 2014, and it expires this year, June 30th, 2017. Within the contract, provisions were for 3 one-year renewal periods.
Yep.
And what I'm asking for is a 1-year renewal period to take us through June 30th, 2018.
And this allows what you need to do, and plus if we start over, I can guarantee it'll cost more. Always.
You got a
Okay,
motion
I
and a
hear a
second.
motion and a second. Any questions? If not, all in favor say aye. Thank you very much, Mark. We appreciate it. I guess it's already time to talk about summer hours.
This is what we'd like to propose or ask permission is to do what we've done the last few years. We operate on a Monday through Thursday schedule with extended hours, and then Friday is closed. We won't have school operations, but we'll have somebody at the front desk here to take care of phones and that type of thing. It would begin June the 12th and end on the week of August the 14th, which is what we've done the last few years.
Just I hate to say it, but the same old, same old. Any questions about this? I think we all understand it. Yes, ma'am. Is that a motion? Did I hear a second? Any last questions? But it is the same thing we do each summer. All in favor, say aye. Anybody opposed to that? Thank you very much. Actually, Lisa, I may run into a problem right now.
Mr. Chair, I move to go
There
in
you
closed
go.
session. I'll take up your slack.
I don't care who does it. Give
All
me a
right.
motion.
Go in closed session for personnel reasons and general statute of the great state of North Carolina, 143-3188.
Thank you, sir. Got a motion and a second to go into closed session. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Okay, we're back in open session, and the first item up is to approve the personnel agenda just discussed for this day's date.
Second.
Got a motion and a second. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Got a personnel agenda. Calendar update, well, not update, just a calendar review. You want to take a quick look at May's calendar? I think we're zipping right through it, though. We got, what, one more meeting? No, we got a lot of stuff on here, don't we?
We have the retirement banquet, transportation banquet, and then notice on the 19th, we have the early college graduation. They start a good bit earlier and finish earlier, so just make a note of that. And then depending on the outcome of the meeting tomorrow with the commissioners, we may have to add another budget meeting, but we'll wait till we get to that point.
But this is the same schedule, there's nothing added here.
No.
Okay, any board member updates? How about superintendent updates? Yes, sir.
I don't want to steal your thunder.
They probably won't.
Okay. Just congratulations to Washington golf team. They finished first in the region, and Northside finished third in the region, so they're both doing the state tournament in golf. So.
That's great.
And you go ahead.
And Mark Dillon and I will be in a dunking booth on Friday night to support the Relay for Life at Festival Park in Washington.
What time's that going to be?
I'm not sure what
believe
time
it
we're in
starts
the booth.
It starts at 4. I'm not sure
We
what
don't wanna
time we're
miss
strapped
that.
in.
Somewhere around that. You can throw all you want.
As long as you donate, that's all that matters.
Oh,
That's
Well,
Friday.
we'd love to have
I
a
bet
good
Karen will be there.
that, and she's going to be waiting for Mark to be in there.
You're right to be the first one.
And
I wouldn't do that to Mr. Dunn.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
And I believe I'm correct. I just want to say thank you for all our teachers do. This is Teacher Appreciation Week. I'm sure by the time they see this, it'll be over, but at least they'll know that we remembered them.
And good luck to the AP students throughout the county at the high schools that, there's a lot of AP exams going on this week, I believe, so.
And with that, any other things said?
Oh, I'd
Yes,
also
sir.
like to congratulate Charles Clark. He was nominated to the Board of Directors for the North Carolina High School Athletic Association.
All right. Excellent. Mr. P?
Dr. say anything else?
That's it.
I make a motion we adjourn. Second.
Motion and second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.